Why did LeBron shoot that technical after that? Whose decision is that after the Brooks attack?
So guys were out on the court. We had kind of left. Luka and I had talked. I thought Luka was going to shoot it. I walked back. LeBron was at the free throw line. He shot it. I don't know what the dialogue on the court was, but Luka should have shot that.
Shit, I just walked into the free throw line. I mean, why wouldn't I? I mean, I'd have been okay with Luka taking it too. We've both been in pressure situations, but I just took it. I mean, unfortunately, I missed it, but I made up for it.
LeBron James missed the free throw. He bricked the game winner. And then he walked into a press conference and blamed Luka Doncic on national television. Let that land for a second. Not a vague suggestion. Not a carefully worded deflection. A direct, on-camera redirect pointed straight at his co-star. The man who screamed for the ball in the final seconds rose up and threw a turnaround fadeaway that clanked off the front of the rim. That same man sat at a podium minutes later and put the loss on Luka. And the basketball world is still processing what happened when Luka found out. Because Luka found out, and what he did the second those words hit his phone is the story everyone should actually be talking about. Here is exactly how February 24th fell apart. The Lakers had no business losing this game. Orlando is not a championship-level threat. But with 6.7 seconds left, the Lakers were down 110-109. Luka Doncic had been carrying the entire offense on his back. 22 points, 15 assists, threading passes through coverage most players cannot even see. He comes off a screen and finds himself wide open at the three-point line. Clean look, the exact shot he has made 10,000 times in his sleep. His feet are set. This game is over. And then LeBron James starts demanding the ball from the perimeter, while the best playmaker on the floor is standing wide open with a clear look at the win. Luka hesitated for one split second, because you cannot ignore LeBron in that moment, and that hesitation was enough. He threw a reluctant, panicked pass. LeBron caught it, rose up, and bricked it off the front iron. Game over. Lakers lose to a team they should have beaten by 20, but the shot is not even the biggest problem. The free throw is. The Lakers were down by 1 in the fourth quarter. LeBron steps to the line for 2 shots. He makes the first, and then he sends the second one off the back iron. If that free throw goes in, the game is tied. That final possession never carries the weight it ended up carrying. There is no desperate play. No demanding the ball. None of it. But he missed it. And then he sat at a podium and told the cameras to ask Luka what he saw. 5 turnovers. A missed free throw. A bricked game winner. 0 accountability. Just Luka. LeBron walked off the court without saying a single word to any teammate. Straight to the media room. Headphones on. And when asked what happened on that final possession, here is what he said on camera.
LeBron, JJ said he hadn't seen you do the full-on dive before. Was there maybe a high school football moment in Ohio or middle school where that you took that from?
No, just living in the moment, understanding the impact of the game, the implications of the game. And
he was not sure. He thought Luka had a good look. You should ask Luka what he saw. Meanwhile, Luka was at his own press conference doing the exact opposite. He took full responsibility, said the loss was on him, said he should have attacked instead of hesitating. Not a single word pointing at LeBron. That is what a real leader sounds like after a gut punch loss. Luka finished his presser first, already showered, dressed, bag over his shoulder, ready to leave. He had done everything right in front of the cameras, walking toward the exit, calm on the outside. Then a teammate stepped in front of him, phone already out. LeBron's clip was everywhere, the quote right there on the screen. Ask Luka what he saw. I thought he had a good look. Luka stopped cold. The hallway was carrying that heavy silence after a one-point gut punch. Teammates packing up. Eyes down. Nobody saying a word. Luka read the quote, his jaw tightened. No explosion yet. Just that cold locked-in stare that anyone who watched his EuroLeague days knows immediately. The one that means something serious is about to happen. He turned around and started walking straight back toward the media area. Teammates saw it coming. A couple stepped forward and said his name. But Luka was already moving with a purpose that a hand on the shoulder was not going to stop. He walked directly into LeBron's face. LeBron sitting there with his headphones on, scrolling mentions, completely convinced the framing was landing the way he designed it. Luka said it low. He said it cold. Don't ever put my name in your mouth to the media again. Not a shout. Not a performance. A statement from a man who has run out of patience with the manipulation and is done pretending otherwise. LeBron jumped up so fast his headphones flew off and hit the floor. It got physical immediately. Shoving. Jerseys grabbed. Chairs going sideways. Security outside heard the noise through the walls and burst in. Austin Reeves and Marcus Smart physically threw themselves between two franchise cornerstones to keep this from turning into a police report. And even with half the roster holding him back, LeBron was still yelling, telling Luka he needed to grow up and learn how to close a game, the man who bricked the shot, lecturing his co-star about closing games. Now here's what the numbers have been saying all season while nobody paid attention. When Luka and Austin Reeves share the floor without LeBron, the Lakers post a plus 11.9 net rating. That is championship-level production. The ball moves. The spacing opens. Reeves actually gets to operate instead of standing in a corner waiting for permission to exist. The moment you add LeBron to that combination, the rating craters to minus 2.5. Not a slump. The measurable, documented, season-long cost of LeBron James being on the floor with this group. He is clogging the paint, cutting off Luka's lanes, freezing out Reeves, and positioning himself as the leader of a team that plays better basketball when he sits down. The so-called king has become a third wheel in his own building. Byron Scott has 3 championship rings in that building, and he went public with language that left no room for interpretation. He told LeBron to leave Los Angeles specifically. His exact words, "You don't got to go home, but you got to go." When a franchise legend says that about the supposed face of the current team, it is not controversy. It is clarity. Charles Barkley called the post-game comments whiny. Said the pattern is obvious. Every time the pressure builds, LeBron finds a co-star to redirect the heat toward. Said this should be his final year with the Lakers. Shaq questioned publicly whether LeBron still has the fire to lead a team through a real moment. His point was direct. A real leader takes the last shot and absorbs the heat when it does not go in. You do not get to be the king in the good moments and disappear into a supporting role the second the weight arrives. He called it ego protection. Because that is exactly what it is. Have you ever noticed it is never LeBron's fault? From Kyrie Irving to Kevin Love to Russell Westbrook, and now to Luka. The co-star always ends up as the problem, the one who cannot handle pressure, the one who costs them the game. It is not bad luck. It is the play. And it has been running for 20 years. Go back to 2010. Cleveland exit. After the playoff loss to Boston, LeBron was ripping his jersey off before his feet touched the tunnel. Went to Miami. Promised titles. When 2011 fell apart, he tried to get Eric Spoelstra fired. Tried to remove the one person willing to hold him accountable. In 2017, he went to the media and publicly complained his team needed a playmaker. Everyone knew he was talking about Kyrie Irving. He shamed his best teammate on a national stage to pressure the front office. Kyrie eventually demanded out, not because he could not perform, because he could not survive another day inside the narrative machine. Kevin Love got a public tweet instead of a private conversation. Russell Westbrook. LeBron pushed the front office to make that trade. The second it stopped working, LeBron went completely silent and watched the city turn on a player who was there specifically because LeBron wanted him. Never once said this is on me. Same play. Different co-star. Every single time for 20 years. So when LeBron stands at a podium in 2026 and tells the cameras to ask Luka what happened, you are not watching an isolated failure of leadership. You are watching the 100th performance of the same script. He pads the numbers, makes the mistake that costs them, and finds the nearest co-star to absorb the damage. But something is different this time. Luka is not Kyrie. He is not Love. He is not Westbrook. He marched back into that room and said it directly to LeBron's face in front of the entire roster, in refusing to absorb the blame quietly the way every co-star before him did. Luka Doncic cracked the machine open where everyone could finally see inside it. The locker room confrontation was not just two superstars losing their tempers after a tough loss. It was the moment the script got exposed in real time in front of the people it has been running on for 2 decades. Luka did not just stand up for himself. He stood up for Kyrie, for Russ, for Love, for every co-star who took the blame in silence while LeBron walked away untouched. The Lakers have a decision to make, and the clock is not being patient. This is either a basketball team trying to win something real, or a platform designed to extend one man's spotlight regardless of what it costs everyone around him. The crown has been showing cracks for years. LeBron just made sure nobody ever got close enough to look. Luka got close enough, and now the whole world can see exactly what it is made of.